All right, you guys, we're going to do our first example using the law of sines. So our directions say solve triangle ABC if A equals 32 degrees, B equals 81.8 degrees, and little a equals 42.9 centimeters. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a triangle. Okay, doesn't have to be perfect. I just need to see what I'm working with. All right, and I'm going to label my triangle. So remember, uppercase letters stand for angles, and lowercase letters stand for sides, and the sides go across from the angles they face. Okay, now I'm going to put in the information that I've been given. So angle A is 32 degrees. Angle B is 81.8 degrees. And little a is 42.9 centimeters. Okay, now that it's labeled, I need to determine what case I fall in. Okay, so from the information that I've been given, I have two angles and a side. Okay, so this is angle, angle, side, or side, angle, angle. So this does in fact fall in case one. Okay, so you want to make sure you figure out what information that you have so that you know what case you fall in so that you can follow the steps appropriately. Okay, so I like to draw a table just so I can keep track of what I have and what I need to find. Okay, so big A is 32 degrees, 81.8 degrees, and 42.9 centimeters. Okay, so based on this information, you probably want to find the thing that's easiest to find first. So since I know all of my angles, okay, well, at least I know two of them, I can find the third one the easiest, probably. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to find angle C first. Okay. Angle C is the easiest to find because I already know that all three angles of a triangle have to sum to 180. So I can take 180 minus the two angles that I've already been given. So 32 degrees minus 81.8 degrees. Okay. When I put that in my calculator, okay, I should get 66.2 degrees. Okay, so make sure your calculator's in degrees when you're doing all of these calculations. We won't be having our calculators in radians, so just make sure you have it in the right mode. All right, so that is 66.2 degrees. All right, so I found the first thing. Okay, all right, the next thing I'm going to find, all right, is either side B or side C. Okay, so one of the key ways that you know you can use the law of sines, the first thing you know you can use it is because we do not have a right triangle. The second thing you know you can use it is because you have a combination. Okay, so what that means for me, or a combo, it means that in order to use the law of sines, you have to have an angle and its matching side in order to use it. And I've already been given a pair. I've been given angle A and side A. Okay, so that lets me know I can use the law of sines. So I'm going to go ahead and find side B because I already know what angle B is. Okay, so let me change my color. All right, so I'm going to find little b, okay? And I'm going to use the law of sines to find it. So in order to use the law of sines, you have to already have a combo and then equate it to another proportion. So I have the combo for A. So remember, whatever you're looking for needs to be in the numerator. So because I'm looking for a side, that means when I go to write the law of sines, the lowercase letters need to be in the numerator. So I'm going to say little a equals side of A, because that's what I know. And I'm going to set it to little b over sine of B. And in this proportion, I'm going to fill in what I already know. So I know little a is 42.9. Sine of angle A is 32 degrees, equals, little b is what I'm looking for, sine of 81.8 degrees. Okay. Now, because this is a proportion, I can cross multiply. Okay, left to right. So I'm going to have 42.9 times the sine of 81.8 equals b times the sine of 32 degrees. All right, now my goal is to get b by itself, so that means that b needs to be isolated. So I'm going to divide both sides by sine of 32 degrees. Okay, so that means that b is going to equal 42.9 times the sine of 81.8 degrees divided by the sine of 32 degrees. So when I plug that in the calculator, okay, I get this. So I take 42.9 times the sine of 81.8 divided by sine of 32. Remember, I'm in degree mode, okay, so don't forget. Okay, I get 80.12. So I'm going to round it to one decimal place. So that's going to give me 80.1. And our sides are measured in centimeters, so I'm going to say centimeters. Okay. All right, so we have 80.1 centimeters. Okay, so the only thing left to solve is for side C. Okay, now remember, we're not going to use Pythagorean theorem because Pythagorean theorem is for right triangles. So we are going to use the law of sines again. Okay, so when I do these problems, okay, and I know you guys have heard me say it a bunch of times, I try to do the most with what they gave me. Okay, the reason why I do that is to minimize the amount of errors I make. So for example, I'm going to use the law of sines again. If I use the B combination, all right, to find C, let's say I accidentally messed up what I found little b. If little b is wrong, it's going to automatically make little c wrong if I use it to solve for the other one. So I'm going to use the A combination to find the C combination because they gave me the A one, so I'm going to assume that they're right, okay? So I'm going to solve for little c. So because I'm looking for little c, remember the lowercase letters go in the numerator. So I'm going to say A over sine A, because that's what they gave me, over little c over sine C. I'm going to plug in what I know. So that's 42.9 over the sine of 32 degrees equals little c over the sine of 66.2 degrees. All right, I'm going to cross multiply again from left to right. So 42.9 times the sine of 66.2 equals c sine 32 degrees. All right, now I need sine by itself, c by itself, so I'm going to divide by sine 32 degrees. So that's going to give me c equals 42.9 times the sine of 66.2 degrees divided by sine of 32 degrees. Okay, so when I go to plug that into the calculator, okay, I get this answer here, 74.0712. I'm going to round to one decimal place, so that's going to give me 74.1. And we're in centimeters. So I'm going to go up to my chart. I'm going to put in 74.1 centimeters. All right, and I'm finished. I know that I'm finished because I have the measurements for all three angles and all three sides, okay? Another way that you can check yourself is that in triangles, the smallest side should be across from the smallest angle, the middle side should be across from the middle angle, and the largest side should be across from the largest angle. So as we are looking at our information, okay, our smallest side is across from our smallest angle, our largest side is across from our largest angle, and so on and so forth. So that's just a personal check that you can use to make sure that everything adds up, okay? So when we are answering this problem, we would give them everything that's in this table. This is the answer, okay? So we have all 6 measurements required. Cool.